Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 4 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to both Richmond in the Xfinity Series and in the Cup Series. Richmond being a track that I struggled at quite a bit in the Xfinity Series, so I was a little bit concerned coming into this one on how we would do. But first up, obviously, is the Xfinity Race where we had a subscriber, Johnny Speedster, in the car. Unfortunately, we qualified at the back of the pack. Obviously, Richmond just being, for some reason, really tough in the Xfinity Series. Maybe it just needs to be a custom setup put into the car, which I did run a custom setup in the car at Richmond. It wasn't a full-on custom setup, but it definitely had some custom setup elements in the car for the Richmond setup. Now as we exit turn 2, there you see Speedster at least slowly moving his way forward, but like I said, it's just so hard at this racetrack in the Xfinity Series as it came through on the final lap through turns 3 and on the exit of turns 4. Johnny Speedster comes through to cross the line there to finish P32, which is pretty much where I was running last time we were at this track in the Xfinity Series. So whatever it is with our Xfinity program, we just can't seem to quite get it down, but we come straight through into qualifying for the Cup Series here at Richmond at this point, exiting turn 4. It was actually a pretty good lap. We would cross the line and hit a 20.596, beating the goal and going P9 here for qualifying at Richmond International Raceway. Hopefully we can move forwards and be a contender here today at Richmond.
Short track racing at its finest. We're at Richmond Raceway for the Toyota Owners 400. Tonight we make our first of 2 stops at America's premier short track. The green flag is about to fly. It's time to go racing.
Alright, there you have it from Rick Allen as we're ready to go green here for the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond Raceway. Kevin Harvick looks really fast today. He is up at the front on the pole as Corey LaJoie is happy with us, so hopefully he won't be giving us too hard of a time as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. failed pre-race inspection, so he is starting at the back of the field here tonight. But we're ready to go green here from the 9th starting position in front of us. We actually got the 7-time champion of Jimmy Johnson as Kevin Harvick, our teammate, is about to lead the way with Keselowski on the front row as the green flag is out here at Richmond International Raceway. We've had up and downs here in the past in NASCAR Heat 3 at this racetrack, and hopefully we can have a good run here tonight as we can take it easy going down into turns 1. Up ahead, though, they were going 3 wide as we go 3 wide with Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney's exit turn 2. Blaney carries the momentum down the straightaway as we go down into turn 3 as we look to the inside of that 18 of Kyle Busch. Blaney forces it 3 wide for a moment with Newman and Hamlin as we exit turn 4, heading down this front straightaway, completing the first lap here today at Richmond as we go down towards turns 1. As you see in front of us, the sun's starting to set. Obviously, it's going to be fully night towards the end of this race as we exit turn 2. At this point now on lap 3, getting sideways actually on the exit of turn 2 as I went down towards the third turn, running P7 behind Ryan Blaney as we came out of turns 4. Behind us, Austin Dillon trying to put on a little bit of pressure as we cross that line, hitting 21 to go in this opening stage. Pit stops will not be required, at least in stage 1 and 2, but in the third stage, if it goes green for the whole way, we definitely will need to make a pit stop there as we look to the inside of Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. making some passes, 3 wide passes. We go down into turn 3, though Hamlin gives us a little bit of a shot to the bumper, pushes me at the track, but he's sideways on the exit of the corner, so we get him and Truex, and we run P5 at this point. But as we came through now on lap 8, we are battling with Kurt Busch, who moves up the track into turns 3 and gets into the side of me just a little bit. Now he's smoking as we exit turn 4, and we get into the back there of the 1 now here with 16 to go on the stage as we go down towards turns 1. Hamlin behind, and Kurt Busch goes sliding through the center of the corner, and spinning into the outside wall goes Kurt Busch. He gets hit by Paul Menard in the process, and Ryan Newman comes through. The caution comes out, and that was just a really odd situation. We would get right back into the green flag racing, but Kurt went into turn 3 on my inside, and he just kind of pushed up the track behind, I think it was 48 of Johnson, into the side of me, and that messed things up out of turns 4. As we go down towards turns 1, Elliott putting on the pressure, but then obviously Kurt went into the next corner after I hit him on the straightaway, and he just completely lost the car. So a bit of my fault, but in my opinion, also a little bit of fault on his part. Now as we came through turns 3 and on the exit of turn 4, Hamlin and Johnson battling with us as we complete the opening lap of the restart here, running now P4 with 12 to go at this point as we went down towards turns 1, making a bit of a mistake, and mistakes would kind of keep the mistakes coming actually, as we had started to lose a little bit of ground here in the field as I was just trying to keep the car in good shape, but I actually got into the wall. I should mention, I forgot to show that part, but I would end up getting into the outside walls. Hamlin got past. We had dropped down all the way to P7 actually. Kyle Larson had gone past us. Jimmy Johnson, he had falling down. Kyle Busch ahead of us, so Kevin Harvick. So we had picked up some damage, like I said, dropped down to P7 at this point behind Kyle Larson as the white flag, though, came out in the stage. So at this point, just hanging on, hoping that I can get to the pit lane and just repair this visual damage. It wasn't really performance impacting, but just making some mistakes put us back a few positions. Now, as we come down this back straightaway for the final time here in the stage, going through turns 3 and turns 4 on the inside of Kyle Larson as we're side by side out of turns 4, coming through the triangle. Larson gets the position as we cross the line and get P7 here in stage 1, which, considering how we started and how usually Richmond goes, I was pretty happy with P7. Obviously, in the Xfinity Series, we struggled so much at this track, so I was very happy with 7th in the first stages. We would pit for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires as well. Keselowski won the stage. He gets a playoff point, and we will get ready to go green here for the second stage at Richmond. That's all. I would not make any adjustments. I thought about it, but I decided not to now, as the sun is pretty much set, getting darker here for the start of this second stage. Keselowski leads away as stage 2 is underway here now at Richmond Raceway. On the outside of Joey Logano behind us, it's Blaney, I believe that is, and the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2, going way wide, trying to see if I can make a 3 wide on the outside of Larson, and sure enough it happens. We clear Larson and Truex as we go down towards turns 3 behind Joey Logano. Kyle Busch way up in that 3rd to 4th groove even, as we almost get into the left rear of him on the exit of turn 4, coming through to complete the opening lap here of the second stage. I believe it's Truex now on my inside, and sure enough, there you see the 19 on the inside as we come through turns 1 and 2. We're going to go 3 wide up the middle between the 2 JGR teammates of Busch and Truex as we clear Kyle Busch down the back straightaway, back up into P7. A pretty solid start here in the first few laps of the second stage as we exit turn 4, trying to pinch Truex down a little bit there to make sure he doesn't get a great exit, but we would come through now on lap 12. We had actually worked our way all the way up to P4 there behind Joey Logano. We'd passed Truex, obviously, and then we just climbed up our way to the 4th position about at the halfway point of the stage. Denny Hamlin, though, had climbed his way to the lead, and he was driving away, so we passed Keselowski even now as we're going to go for a quick crank it up here in this second stage.
Careful, still there. Stay out the bottom. Still there.
Struggling to get past Joey Logano as Corey LaJoie is not a lap down. No, he is running in the 5th position, putting on the pressure as we exit turn 2. Somehow, someway, Corey LaJoie is running up front in that car. Obviously, Corey LaJoie, in my opinion, is a pretty solid driver, just doesn't have the car that he deserves. But here he is at a short track, putting on the pressure as we look to the inside, putting some pressure on Joey Logano ourselves as we cross the line, heading down towards turns 1 and turns 2, past the halfway point of this second stage. And sure enough, we would clear Joey Logano as we exit turn 2, and we would hold on to this 3rd position as we came through now towards the final few moments of this second stage, running P3 still with 2 to go. Hamlin closing in on lap traffic, but he's not going to quite get there. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, he will definitely win this second stage as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4 at this point, approaching the final lap of the second stage. LaJoie putting the pressure still behind us on Joey Logano as we are closing in on Kevin Harvick. We've had a great second stage here at Richmond now, running P3, closing in on 2nd place going into turns 1, certainly building my confidence for that 3rd and final stage as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway for the final time here in this second stage at Richmond. Denny Hamlin leads the way as we exit turn 4. Hamlin will pick up a playoff point here in with stage 2, and we come through to cross the line to get P3 behind Kevin Harvick. We were certainly closing in on Harvick there. As you see, LaJoie actually passed Logano before the line. McDowell even in the top 10, so great results for drivers like LaJoie and McDowell. So LaJoie showing a lot of speed, but we would take 2 cans of fuel, 4 tires. Hamlin loses the lead, drops down to P3. We lose 1 spot and drop down to P4 as we get ready to go green here for the 3rd and final stage at Richmond Raceway. As the green flag is back out, we have our SHR teammate of Kevin Harvick on the front row, along with Joey Logano in the number 22 car. As we go down towards turns 1, and right off the bat, Denny Hamlin is going to be very aggressive. He's going to take a 3 wide for the lead here on the opening lap. In this 3rd and final stage, Corey LaJoie is going to follow through as well, and he's going to go through and take over 2nd place as we go down towards turn 3 behind us. There you see some 3 wide moves with Keselowski McNowell and Chris Buescher as we exit turn 4, coming through to cross the line. We are kind of stuck behind the 22 of Joey Logano at this point, so not a good opening lap for myself here. Now as Corey LaJoie is taking the lead from Denny Hamlin as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, 3 wide up the middle between Logano and Eric Jones as we get back out of that going into turns 3. Sideways from the 22 of Logano, although he gets up towards the wall, he hangs on to it as we look to the inside now of Denny Hamlin, who's not having a good start to this third and final stage after taking the lead on that opening lap now as we go through turns 1. Corey LaJoie leads over second place of Kevin Harvick as we're still 3 wide up the middle. Hamlin kind of pushing us down a little bit as we go down into turn 3. McNowell up the inside, he slams into the side of us and he's going sideways. Hamlin up towards the wall as we push McDowell through the exit of turn 4. That was 100% intentional right there. After he slammed into the side of me, I was not happy at all with that, so I just kind of drove into the back of him now as we came through, though, on lap 72 at this point, running P8 behind Kurt Busch. We had gotten past Denny Hamlin, but we finally settled in after a wild start to the third and final stage, but the caution would come out here with 29 laps to go. Harvick had actually taken the lead back from LaJoie. We would pit for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires and drop down to P23, so that certainly is a bit of a setback. Now as the green flag is back out here at Richmond Raceway, so obviously now we have some work to do. We got to work our way back through the field here with 25 laps to go at Richmond Raceway behind the 12 of Ryan Blaney. It's Harvick and LaJoie still on that front row as we come through turns 1 and on the exit of turn 2 on the inside there of our teammate of Clint Boyer. Boyer being a very experienced veteran in the series as we go down into turn 3. He's not having the greatest start to this season as we're 3 wide with him and Chase Elliott in the 9 cars. We exit turn 4 heading down this front straightaway. 24 laps to go here in Richmond as we go to the inside now of Ryan Blaney and even Dan Morola and Martin Truex Jr. making it 3 wide with them for a moment as Truex gets clear, though. We will continue moving forwards now as we came to lap 79 of the inside of Alex Bowman at this point. 22 to go, going to send it up the inside of Landon Castle, now back up inside the top 15. At this point, though, Tyler Reddick had taken the lead for a quick moment, but Joey Logano would end up taking over the lead as we came through now at a turn 2 on lap 82, trying to get past Kyle Busch at this point as we go down into turns 3. Quickly closing in towards a top 10 position, trying to rebound from that pit error as we exit turn 4, crossing the line here just in front of Kyle Busch behind Paul Menard as we go down towards turns 1, and the back end kicks out as we go into turns 1. Now we're on the apron and spinning, we go out of nowhere. Kyle Busch involved as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. Now as I hold the brakes in, then everyone just piles in as we go through turns 1 and turns 2. And just like Bristol, everything's going just great until the final stage, and then all of a sudden, late in the final stage, everything starts to go wrong. So we would repair the car, starting at the back of the field with 15 laps to go, hitting 14 once we cross the line. All of a sudden, a great race once again, just like Bristol, has been completely destroyed. That, once again, I went into turns 1, and the braking is just the way the braking works in this game. Sometimes you hit the brakes and the car just tries to slip away on you. And I went into turns 1, and I hit the brake, and immediately the car just kind of kicked out and shot left. And I tried to correct it the best I could. Unfortunately, I didn't correct it in time, but we would rally our way back forward. Sure enough, here with 7 laps to go, passing Alex Bowman once again, moving our way into the top 20 at this point to the inside of Ryan Blaney, as well as he gets clear, though, on the exit of the corner. But we would now make it 3 wide here with just 3 laps to go. Obviously, not a lot of time after that incident. We would climb up, though, to P13 as we went down the back straightaway, so we at least have climbed up this far as we came out of turn 4, coming through to cross the line to start the final lap here at Richmond. So 4 fresh tires obviously are a huge advantage in this game, and that's really the only thing that was able to get me into this position as we exit turn 2, sliding down as we go down the back straightaway for the final time here at Richmond. Once again, a great race in stage 1 and 2 for us, and we blow it in the final stages. Kevin Harvick, though, picks up win number 1 on the season, and we come through to get P13. So disappointing again. 3 races in a row where we did not get a top 10. Bristol, we were competing for the victory. We should have at least had a top 5 there. Richmond tonight easily should have had a top 10. Obviously, we finished 3rd in stage 2, so we certainly showed that we had some speed, and unfortunately, I blew it. So that was unfortunate. There's my media quote after the race. We had a fast car, and once again, I blew it. We'll move on to Talladega, which we never know how Talladega is going to go, so hopefully we can have a strong run there. You never know, we might get caught up in a crash. It's obviously hard to tell what's going to happen at a track like that now as we have a message from De Benedetto. So we'll see what he has to say. He says he's upset, so I'm not sure if he's going to be happy or upset for this one.
Hey, I know you haven't had the best of luck lately. Don't worry about it. Seriously, it happens to all of us. There's always next week. Let's turn it around.
Thanks, Matt Benedetto. That was a little bit cringe there, as Larson actually a rival nearly, but we apologize to him, and thank goodness he does not actually become a rival, but he's angry. I don't even know what he's angry about. Maybe it was that crash that we had, because he was one of the drivers that plowed into the side of me when I was stopped on the track. They had plenty of time to avoid me, so that was unfortunate. A great race that I just completely blew away against. Hopefully we can get out of that. Obviously, we're in our rookie season in the Cup Series, so we're still learning. Hopefully we can rebound P6 in the playoffs right now, but as always, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. In the next one, we do go to Talladega, so that's going to be a fun one, so I will see you guys for Talladega Superspeedway, where hopefully we can maybe get win number 1 of our Cup career. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.